In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Automagic Material plugin to align, rotate, scale and move textures in Sketchup. The native tool is a bit hard to use if you select a texture. I'm going to use this image as an example. This texture here, and I want to rotate the image. I go in here, click position, come here and have to find the rotate, which is here on the corner. And then when I do rotating, I have to make sure that I don't scale it as I'm rotating. And when I'm done, I can click outside the image or click done. So it's a lot to do just to get the image rotated, and it's still not exactly what you want. So this plugin gives you more control. So let's install the plugin. So I'm going to do undo on that. To install, you go to extensions, extension manager, click install, click the Automagic Material. Version here is 3.1.2. Click that, and that will install this icon here. So when you click the icon, it opens up this window and then it gives you these options. We'll go through the options fast. I want to rotate this texture here. All I have to do is click in this field, turn the mouse wheel, and the texture will rotate 5 degrees at a time. If I hold the control key, it will do 1 degree at a time, so you get finer adjustments. I can click here to reset back to normal, and I also have the option of setting a pivot point for the rotation. So I'm going to click on set pivot. Once I click, we'll use this wee point here as a point to rotate around. Once I click that, it puts a little construction line there. I can go back in now to my angle of rotation, click in there, and now it will rotate around that point. So let's rotate and switch off the rotation point. Same goes for scaling. I can select my texture to scale, click in the field, scale field, turn the mouse wheel, and it will scale the texture up and down. If I hold the control key, I get finer adjustments. I can reset it here, and also I can set an anchor point. So let's click on that and say we want to scale it from this point here. Again, it sets a little construction point, and now it will be anchored to that point as I scale. So let's go here and change the scale, and as you can see, it's anchored to that point. Again, hold the control key for finer adjustments. So let's reset and switch off the anchor point. Right, let's go to the next part. So let's use it in a typical situation. Say you wanted to, we'll start off here with native texture. Say we want to rotate this texture here. You just select it, go in, click rotate. We want to scale it, click in here, scale it. Let's reset. But say we want to scale it to the size of a brick. So here we have a little line set up, and say that's the size of a brick. We'll actually make it a bit smaller so we can see the change. Let on, that's the size of a brick there, and we want to scale the image to that length. All I have to do is set an anchor point. So I can set the anchor point to the scale and just set it. I can set it anywhere on here, so just say we click it there. That's the anchor point. Now I can move. Sorry, I have to select the texture first. Now I can move that anchor point to anywhere I want now. Say as I move the image around. So say I can move my anchor point to there. Also, I can move the line to that anchor point if I wanted to. See here, so it'll snap it. So now I can just scale the image to the length of that line by selecting the image, clicking the scale, and turn the mouse wheel. And now I've get pretty much there. As you can see, I've got a little bit off, so I can go in here, hold the control key, find adjustment, there we go, just move it that wee bit bigger. I've even got further adjustments if I want to put in another tiny amount. Say I put in 1 and press enter. Actually it's the other way around, so if I go 8, I can make it slightly bigger, so 8 points, say 8, a bit smaller. So full control there to adjust the image. Let's move on to the next part. So here we have an example where we want to align the texture to say this edge here. I can select the edge, set it as the direction, select my texture that I want to line up with that edge, that direction, and click the rotate face, and it lines it up with that edge. So let's say it was this edge. We set the edge again, select the face, click rotate, and it'll line it up with that. The last button is for positioning, so I can select the texture and then just move this into position in the way I like. So that's the basis of the Automagic Material plugin. So I'm going to switch this all off and close that down. Now I always get asked, what are all these icons up here? These are other plugins, and I'll give you a quick run through of those. So let's go to scene 4. This is Material Replacer. This is this icon here, Material Swapper. So say for example I have this material and I want to swap these red ones. All I have to do is select the material and then click on the material in the model that needs swapping. So it'll be these. So undo. But say for example I didn't want to swap all of these, I just wanted to swap this one. So all I have to do is select this one first, and I can target that one once it's selected. So I can select the material and then target that one, and only that one is changed. So it's got targeting, which I think there's another one out there that doesn't have that feature, so extra feature in that one. Let's go to the next plugin. There's other hidden features in that, you have to watch the video to learn them. Let's go to Isolate and Reveal. There's the next plugin. Oh, it's Extrude Edge. Okay, is it Extrude Edge? Okay, so let's do Isolate and Reveal. Here we have some text. So say I select this. This works inside groups as well. So say I want to hide or isolate this. So I can select that geometry, click isolate. What's it say? It says we have a lot of objects. I'll say OK. And now I've got a hidden geometry switch on. I'll switch it off. So it isolates that inside the group. Now say I want to unisolate it, I click it again and it reveals it. So it isolates and it reveals. Okay, so outside the group, if I want to isolate that, I click, it'll hide everything else in the model. If I click it again, it will reveal everything. Say I'm in here and I have the isolate selected, but I wanted this selected. I can click here and it inverts the selection that's within the group. And now I can isolate the opposite, like so. I had those points selected. So let's undo that again. So let's go. Now let's go to extrude. So that is this tool here, extrude version 1.4.1, and that works like this. You select an edge, click the extrude, so then you just click and drag, and you can type in a measurement. So I say 500, and it will extrude to a length of 500. Let's just check that. Is that right? Yeah, 500. So it's not extruding the face, it's just edge extruder. So let's do this one here, and we'll do extrude. It will also snap to surfaces. As you can see, I hovered over that surface there and it extruded it. Also, you can soften the edges. So let's go back into the settings, extension, extrude edge, and we want to soften the edges. Okay, let's do it again. Extrude, extrude up to that height there, and it softens the edges. I've got hidden edges switched on. In here is a camera view, hidden geometry, so Control W. So it extrudes it there without the edges. So let's do this one and extrude it up. If you press Control, it reverses the extrude. So let's do a multiple selection now of all of these edges. Click extrude, and I can click up the ways, reference a height, or type height in. So I can just go here and then type 400, press enter, and it will change it to that height. You can actually extrude again and say I want to split this, so I can go up and type in 200, so I can half it. So it's half now. You can't see it because it's hidden geometry. If I switch on hidden geometry, you can see it's hidden there, and I can also switch that on in here, which I can soften the edges. Let's do it for the crack of it. Switch off hidden geometry, and I will select, let's undo that, triple click that, extrude, and there you go. So its edges are not softened, such stuff. So let's go to the next one. That's extrude, isolate and reveal. We've done that. Perfect placement. So perfect placement is this one here at the end, and that works by selecting an object, click on perfect placement. It snaps to the cursor where the axis point is when you make the group, and now I can place this anywhere on the model I want. So let's make something to place it on. So I go here, and we'll do something that's a wee bit of an angle on it. So let's go something like that. Let's line that up parallel to that. Doesn't have to be. And push this out. So here I'm going to select, say, the letter E. I'm going to make it a component, and I'm going to allow it to snap to any. Click create. Now I can click perfect placement, and now that will snap to any surface that I want just by clicking. I can snap on top of that, and then there's some modifiers here, modifying keys. If I hold down the control key or the shift key, it will hide it if it's in the way, so you can hide it. I can place stuff very fast like this randomly. If you just need to create, say it's grass or rocks, you could have a rock and place it around. And I think there's a random scaler in there as well, shortcut. And the last one is CS. This is the console. It's very handy when you're programming plugins. You can open the console fast, so that's what that is. And also when you're programming, you want to restart Sketchup fast, so that's a restart button that can restart Sketchup very quickly. Just click, and then it'll ask you to save it. Click yes or no, and then Sketchup will restart automatically very quickly. So I hope you liked the video. That's giving an overview of all the plugins. If you want to try the plugins, send an email to the email address in the comments, plugins@tuta.com, and request the plugin that you wish to try. Like and subscribe for the next video. If you're interested in plugins and you want something specially made, put it in the comments and we can see if we can make it. Thanks for watching.